there's some priorities of work, right? Like I try to tell Alan. Well, I shouldn't say try to tell him, but I share with him, right? Try to share with him, right? These telemeters take a little while to connect, like a few minutes, 5-10 minutes sometimes. So it's ideal, instead of worrying about putting the credit card reader on first, get this going, get this powered up so I can start pulling down information, start pulling down data. Okay.
So you're going to DEX it right away then?
Straight away, we have to wait for it to connect. But one of the first things that we're trying to do is to get it to DEX, yes.
Okay. What system is it connecting on then? Sir? What system is it connecting?
It's connected. It connects to a Verizon cellular signal.
Okay.
Or AT&T, depending on the SIM card that's in here.
Okay.
Because we've had to replace them based on region. Some phone companies are better, do better in other places.
So, because we have both, I know. AT&T and Verizon we've dealt with. So.
Either one would be perfectly fine. So you run it through here.
It looks like the same kind of hookup, is it?
Sir?
Same kind of hookup here?
For what?
As the old ones?
No. No, the other one, oh yeah, it's similar as far as the screw-on part, yes.
Okay, gotcha, similar, okay.
Now, keep in mind, on the seats, yes. On the G8s and G9s, you know, the black ones or the gray ones, that's a click-in kind of system, not a screw-on kind of system. So it's just personal preference. We try to make, ideally, right, we try to make this as user-friendly for the driver as possible. So we try to police up the wires, okay, or I guess secure them. Yeah. Police up is an old army term, but same thing. That's why I'm doing this right here. And these are just ideas. You can get some small zip ties if you choose to. Just remember to not, like these wires, do not bunch them up too close, like too tight, because if you constrict them a lot, then it minimizes the signal strength. Just keep that in mind as well. This connects right here, and then the antenna right here. Screw it on. See, here's the SIM card that I was discussing a little while ago, okay? Put it here. And this is for my own personal use. When I'm, you know how it had a different device in here? When I unplug it, I plug the wires back up. Like that way there's no confusion on which loose wire was this. The ones that I unplug, I'm plugging back together and putting them to use. Okay? So first, I already turned off the power a few minutes ago before I got started. Power's off. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
And that's coming from your board to the validator, right?
Yes, yes, that is correct.
Gotcha.
Then this DEX port is right there. Plug it in, right? Actually, I'm going to move this way so it can be out of the way when I'm about to start working here. So turn it on. It's going to start talking to us here a little bit. And it's establishing itself. So while it's doing all that, you're reaching out to a server, etc., I'm working on the credit card reader.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't know the standard size for these, but this happens to be a 9mm socket, and you need a long one, like I guess like a deep well socket, because see these screws. If you have a standard one, you're not going to be able to get to them.
Yeah, the bolts come through too far.
Exactly.
Okay.
So once we got home hot, we'll work on
These are here when you put them on, like some of these, you don't need a red face torque, man. Just kind of nice, snug,
Yeah.
not super tight.
Look at that right here. Not land. Okay? Those work. That's all the time. It's a land.
Look, this one was broken. See that?
Mm-hmm.
This right here, I think this one is
Yeah.
for here, this right here. Up to here. Try to go down. Leave the button.
Look, this is broken. It's careful with that little strip right there, because that's very, very delicate.
Okay. This strip, very delicate.
So here's the credit card reader. Simple solution.
I like that magnet. That's really cool. That's pretty good.
It clicks in there. It turned off on its own, and it's just a matter, it's recycling as we speak. It just goes through processes.
Okay.
But all that, if you connect everything and wait for do this last, then you're gonna be waiting a long time.
Okay.
You see? So now, when so remember what I was saying earlier about the see, it just shut off again.
Yeah. Okay.
So once it comes on, we have to make sure we're pressing the door switch. Pressing, not right now, right?
Yeah.
But when we go ahead and dex it, these two buttons give it a dex. These two are dex buttons, either one, right? If by any chance this gets stuck on something other than normal operation, you press these two buttons at the same time, wait for the screen to go dark, and let go, and it's a reset.
Okay.
So it's letting us know, like, it reached the server, it's touching the server, please wait. It's gonna be doing this several times. And it's just, this is, like you see, this is part of the time consumption, is waiting for this thing to come around.
But don't panic when it goes dark. It didn't shut down. It's
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sending decks.
How does that work? Is that a 2, 3, or 4?
Say what now?
Is that a 2, 3, or 4?
4.
I just bought one for my wife. You like it?
Did you? I do. I was gonna buy a, giving us some information here, like last decks, last visibility, never. Last communication was today, so it's communicating with the server, but it hasn't sent any data yet. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of do like a see if it dexes. Please wait.
Okay, so you're holding in
Dex down, holding down the door switch.
door switch, and then you held this red button.
Hold it till it makes a tone.
Okay.
Dex success.
Okay.
You read that?
Sending decks, and I hold it up until it's done sending all that information.
Okay.
Normally you can hear it, but there's so much, you kind of made a chime right now.
Okay.
But there's some noise in the background, so it's not very clear. So it's dex parameter, dex upload, so it's sending the dex back to the cloud. Success. See last viz, time frame. So it's talking to us.
Okay.
So now, we need to find what the device number is here, right?
Okay.
So you can wait 4546, right? That was it?
Came up pretty quick, yeah. Do we need to be mindful of any of these other codes?
No,
Okay.
don't worry about it. From there, you're good to go. So now, this device is gonna show up here in the implementation page.
Okay.
Now, it doesn't show up straight away. Sometimes, yeah, there's a little time delay.
Okay.
Do you remember the number?
Not 4146, I'm not sure.
4546.
There you go, 45. Oh, so you'll be able to see.
And there it is.
Okay.
There's a device right there showing up.
So it's not imperative that we memorize the number, it should
No,
show
sir.
up. Okay.
No, well, and look, if you don't memorize the number, dude, it's back here, bro.
Oh,
So,
there it is. Right
it's
there.
back there. Yes, sir, you got it.
Very
So
good.
you don't have, I just do it because
Very good.
It just happened to show up just as we were discussing this,
Okay,
but not a big deal.
okay.
So, now the next thing is, where are we at right now? Location. So let me show you this, right? Over here. I'm gonna select this device, right? Tap on the device, and it gives me this, a blank slate or a blank sheet,
Yeah.
right? From here, I select the drop-down menu. What's the location we're at right now?
Sport Solutions.
Sports, but nothing's coming up. So you ask yourself, what's going on here? The reason for that is because this machine this is a non-assigned devices. In other words, every single machine that shows up here is non-assigned to anything, right? So let's find it over here, sports. It's in here somewhere, right?
Sport Solutions. Yeah.
Okay, which one is this?
Snack.
Okay, so see, the reason it's not showing up is because this machine on the system, on the VMS, has a device assigned to it.
A seed. Kind of like
A seed, exactly, which was the one we just removed. So in order to get this device appearing over here in this other tab, we have to select or click on the hyperlink for the machine. Then we go to Edit Machine. Once this populates, we're going to select Basic Info. We're going to go down to where we see Device ID. On Device ID, you go and you remove that Device ID. Right now, because before then, when you had a number, this offline button was grayed out. In other words, non-usable. Once we remove the number, this offline becomes active. Now we've made this machine offline. Select it, save it, and it's good to go, right? We can close this. We go over here. We need to refresh the page because otherwise you're not going to get anything. Refresh the page.
sport.
There it is. Sports Solution. No, I'm sorry. Sports Solutions. They're right there. Break room snack. Select it. This machine was already, since it was already created, all these fields populate for you, right? What you call the machine, type of machine it is, serial number, what kind of machine it is, the location or accounts, the asset number. Now from here we tell it has a credit card reader. We are applying two-tier pricing. In other words, if a person uses the credit card function, there's a 10-cent charge for using that feature. Okay? Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do photos. Take a photo. We take a photo of the device, of the serial number, and of the product. Okay? So Alan, my beautiful hand model. Perfect. Use the photo. Use it. Go to this one again.
Back in the camera again. Take another picture. Take a picture of the tag ID.
Right there.
Save it.
Use the photo. Now these wires, we're gonna secure them here in a few seconds, right? But first, let's take care of stuff that can be done while this is doing its magic, right?
Okay.
This is the planogram, basically. Basically, it's already in there, but it came over. There's just 3 pictures. Now, if it has a door that opens.
Continue. See, now it says continue, right? So now it's giving us this planogram.
Okay, yeah, let's stop right here, okay?
Yes, sir.
Just a second. If you see where all these are good, these are all good and on. But you see we have on row 4, we have 10 selections, but it's only 5, all right? So you have to come in here and hit the odd one. That's 41. So you want to touch 40 to deactivate, 42, 44, 46, 48. So now it's a 5 wide. You want to slide it up and you want to save and create. All right, that changes it so it's not a 10 wide tray anymore. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to butt in.
No, it's okay. And he's 100% right. That's what I was gonna get at. What beat me to it. You deactivate, like in this case, or for example, also, we ran into some machines where we're not using the gum tray, right? We deactivate the bottom ones. Now it's taking a little while to populate here, but once it does, like usually, what I do is like I said, I want to be doing 2 things at once, right? Mm-hmm. While this is doing this, I would probably be securing these wires, right? Mm-hmm. But right now, since we're talking a little bit, it's taking a little while time, but that's exactly what I do. And you got to keep an eye on it, because if it goes black, then you got to restart all over again. So if it starts getting a little dim, just tap the screen. Okay. There you go, perfect. See how he fixed it? Alan fixed it right there. That one was a 10. But that's what's, because the reason you see all those rows is because that's what the deck says. The deck says all these slots are available should you want to use them. Should you want to come back and make this into a 10 row, you can. That's what the system is telling you. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Good. So now that we've done that,
so once this comes back to this screen here, you make it small enough so you can see the save button here. Mm-hmm. So you press the save, and then you say yes, and it says you are okay. Yeah. Anyway, so there you go. That's good. So now that's successful, and you can move on to the next device right here. So we'll put in this device over here next. Excellent.
Nothing to do with this, but just so you guys know, all these devices are devices that are reporting but are not assigned, right? All these G8s, I don't know where they're at, but they're somewhere in the system, somewhere in the world, right? That's what that's telling us. And these breakdowns is probably a device that we removed already, you know, because it tried to report again. It's like, oh, I don't have any power, so it's reporting as a breakdown now. But go ahead. After you,
all right,
sir.
Slide it all the way down. Come right here to search devices next. Touch your
I'm refreshing.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So we probably need to go right on in and turn this one off before we do anything else. We know it's assigned to another telemetry.
Okay. Which one is it?
It's the Pepsi. 501.
501?
Yep.
So we're gonna go here again.
2067. Yep.
Edit machine.
Edit machine.
Let me show you this while we're at it. Let's say you save the machine, right? And it had 10 rows in there. You're like, oh my God, I forgot to do it. Take care of it. You can always come here, Dex layout, and minimize, take away slots from here. You see what I mean? So it's not like, just because you save it doesn't mean like, oh, I messed up. There's always a fix.
It's not written in stone.
There's not anything on a computer system, man. People are scared to mess with computers, Luke. There's always a solution to these things, man. There's always a reset button. Anyway, we're going to basic info. Once again, see how the offline machine button is grayed out, so it's not functional right now?
Hang on, right here. Let me get my finger.
See the offline button?
Right there, yeah. It's gray.
It's grayed out. You can't mess with it. But once we remove this number, it becomes active. Offline machine. We save it. Now we're good. Now we can come back over here, refresh it, because you have to refresh it, otherwise we're gonna get the same error.
Is it wrote on the box or anything, do you know? She got the same thing as me. She got me.
All right, we type in, what's the device ID, the last 4, please?
4951.
And it's not showing up yet. So, and did it Dex? Did it go through? So you have to, sometimes if it doesn't dex once, then that's kind of.
Alright, let's do the next request.
Did you press the button?
I press this one right here.
No, the door switch.
No. I got deck success anyway.
Okay.
Sending decks.
There you go. RSSI is a signal strength. So anything like around 10-ish, you're hovering with inconsistencies as far as communication.
Okay.
Anything beyond that, you're obviously it's getting better and better. If you see RSSI 99, that is what I call fool's gold. In other words, it's not communicating at all. There's no such thing as RSSI, as a 99 connection. The 30-something is probably as high as it gets.
Okay, so now we need to check again and see if it's populated over here. So he's going to go into this refresh because he's got the 4951 in there already. So to hit refresh.
You have to enter the number again.
Yep. Press search devices.
So a thing to keep in mind, so Alan just said something very important, says non-assigned devices, right? Right up there.
Yep.
Sometimes if you click on machine list, if I type in, what is the number again? 49 what?
4951.
4951, nothing's gonna show up because why isn't it? Because we're looking at the machine list. Okay? So let's look at devices. Oh, look at that, imagine that. So it's right there. Go ahead, Alan.
All right, so you touch this at the bottom, you can see it's populated 4951. So you touch that one time, and you slide it up, and right here it says has a credit card reader. You want to check that, and once you do that, it says two-tiered pricing. You want to check that. That gives you your dime. Okay, slide it on up. Come to take a photo, take photo or video right there. You ready? Turn around.
Why we get the back? Serial number.
That's yeah. Hold that right there for me with your hand. Okay. Do the hand model. You get that? Okay, you touch
What
it
number?
right in there.
Point to where? That. Okay.
Yeah. Stick that in there. Okay. Use photo. Now you want to check right here, guys. You want to come right here, take a picture of this. So go into photo, take a photo. Get that. Save photo. And then one more time. Close this door.
Planogram too?
This does it right here. The planogram's already been built in. Hold on, we're getting the home lock. Not ready to lock it yet. So you want to make sure you get it really clear so the guys can see this. Okay, use photo. So now you got all three of your photos. You come down here to continue the layout. Layout is going to show you your columns. Show you 1 through 9 or 1 through 8 or whatever, 1 through 45 or however many you have. Did it do it?
It's delicate. Let's see.
It's waiting. Oh, choose a name.
What happened? No, hold on a second. You went a little too fast.
Okay.
So what mistake? Yeah, you didn't tell it which machine.
Okay, sorry.
It's gonna give you that error. You gotta be careful with that.
Is it gonna be here or do I need to type it in?
You can type it in. I mean, you can search for it all day if you want, but you can type it in.
Am I spelling it right? No, Sprouts. Sport. Okay. Sport Solution, beverage. It's not telling me what kind it is though.
Well, it's the only one that's offline, right? Because the other one's still online.
Right, okay, that's cool. All right, so now I've got that in there, so I got to go back to this right here again and hit has a card reader. Has a card, there we go. And then two-tiered pricing. And go back, the photographs are still there. Now continue the layout. All right, there's your layout, 1 through 9, right?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay, so save it, create, and continue. And that's pretty much done. If you're waiting now for it to say save at the bottom. Here again, this may take a minute. A lot of times you have to take it at this point and walk to a door and go outside or something so you can get a signal. And when we're working together, sometimes he'll go out and he'll get it and he'll text me back, dex it, close it. But I mean, we won't have to do that second step, dexing it a second time. We're dexing it a second time now to send information back to their company because they're doing a lot of analytical shit.
You guys want to do the next one?
We got one more right back there. Hey, we get to take a break.
Yeah.
We get to take a break.
Yes, sir.
I know sometimes I'll come to machines where that's removed or that's removed, and the only serial number I've got is on the side here or up here.
Yeah.
It's in a bank. What do you do if you cannot get to the number? And if it's not
Let's say
inside?
this is gone right here,
Yeah.
right? So I'm gonna show you exactly what I would do. If it's at a bank like you described,
Yeah, it all
very
tied
well
together.
described,
I can't get to it.
yes, you go right here, and you can get the number right here.
Ah, okay.
See that's the difference, yes. Because generally speaking, we take this serial number. Now, Alan was telling me you guys
Do assets.
you want the asset numbers, which is, I mean, it's up to you, right? It's your data, your information.
That's got both on it.
Exactly. So, we're trying to like work with what you want us to do, and if that's what you guys want, absolutely. But if
Play again and right.
So after it populates and after we see the planogram, it works. We step outside and you come to this screen here. You see save down here at the bottom. You hit save, and it says you are finished with the machine. Say yes. Now you'll be ready to go to the next one.
Very
That's
good.
it.